I'm Neil Ronahan, here with Nintendo World Report. I've also got Justin Berube and Josh Max with me. And we're going to talk about Kirby Triple Deluxe, which is coming out on 3DS on May 2nd. Going to go around and pass the mic around to the three of us, and we're going to give you our thoughts. But I'm going to start off by just saying that, hey, it's a 2D Kirby game. It's got some cool 3D stuff. I'm in. We each got to play a level. We got to see some of the new stuff. Like there's Archer Kirby, which is really cool because he can like duck around and hide, and he shoots out arrows. He's a regular Link now. And you also got to do the Supernova or Hypernova? Hypernova, where basically Kirby turns into this guy who can suck up a lot of stuff quickly. And the cool thing about that, in addition to like what they had in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, where you could just kind of have like this one big move, is that like you go through like this section of a level, and there's a lot of gameplay that's specifically designed over the powers that you get when you're in Hypernova, because you can, suck up blocks and move them around. You can suck up different enemies and unlock different areas where you can go. And that seems really fun. Is this reinventing the Kirby formula? No, but it does a lot of cool things with the 3D. It even does some cool things with motion control. It doesn't really do too much with motion control, but it does enough where it's kind of novel. Probably people that weren't really turned on by the Yoshi's New Island use of like entire levels of motion control, you might like this more because it's very subtle and based more on like specifically what you're doing. Like there was one puzzle in particular that I remember where you had to light a flame on one of like the cannons that you do a lot in Kirby games, and then you would have to tilt the system back and forth to tilt a block that had part of the fuse on it, and then line that up and then have it so that way that would catch fire, and then you had to move it over to the other side so that way you could get the cannon and blast off. And we also got to play Kirby Fighters, which is a cool little Smash Brothers kind of thing, where you can pick one of 10 different powers: sword, beam, bomb, hammer, a whole mess of them. And then it's just basically like a little Smash Brothers thing where you just beat each other up and see who wins. But the really cool thing about that is that when you die, you turn into a ghost. And as this ghost Kirby, you can go around and punch a person who's still alive and then come back with a sliver of health. And there was actually one round that I was very proud of where I got killed pretty early and was failing at trying to punch someone to come back to life as a ghost. I found out that you can also turn invisible as a ghost and kind of like duck around that way and sneak up on people, which is cool. And I finally jumped in right at the end and managed to like get a Maxim Tomato right away and get my health up, and then everyone else died and I won, and it was awesome. With that, I'm going to let Justin and Josh talk smack about me.
Yeah, as far as the normal single-player part of the game went, my level that I played was a little more straightforward. There was a new item that I found where Kirby put on a hat with a cannon on it, and you were able to shoot cannonballs to the background from the foreground, and that allowed you to get some secret items and do some special things. I really had a good time with the Kirby Fighters game. Those looking forward to Smash Brothers will probably enjoy playing this with some friends locally. It's kind of something to hold them over till that comes out on 3DS later this year. But it was a lot of fun. It was action-packed. And it even had some of the mechanics from Smash Brothers, it felt like, where you could block and then sidestep to the side and roll behind everybody and whatnot.
The Kirby Fighters is great. Again, it feels like Smash Brothers in the best way. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to test out all of the powers if you want to do it with your friends. It's also a good way to piss each other off, as I found out, because despite me killing everybody else at least once, Neil still somehow pulled it out and, kicked me my butt in the end. But I did get my revenge. I did. But single person, single player, single mode is fantastic. It feels like a classic Kirby game.
Hey guys, this is Jared, who is behind the camera. Unfortunately, my video camera's battery died at this point, so we were unable to continue our Kirby discussion. However, we were able to upload a few of the Kirby multiplayer matches onto the YouTube channel, so I encourage you guys to check that out. And if you want to know a little bit more about Kirby, be sure to read Josh's hands-on preview, which you can read at NintendoWorldReport.com. Thanks, guys.